Are you looking for an affordable, everyday sipper that's got a good history behind them and it's got a really affordable price? Well, I might have just found your next everyday sipper. So this isn't really a new one, but it is relatively new to at least the store that I shop at. And if you don't yourself have a membership, it does require a membership to get this. If you don't yourself have a membership, I'm sure you have a buddy that does have a membership to Sam's Club. Now, really, what kind of a bourbon are you going to get from Sam's Club? Well, how about a bourbon from Barton 792? Now, I'm not talking about Barton or 1792, but it is from their distillery. And the Barton Distillery is from Loretto, Kentucky. So this is a Kentucky straight bourbon. It's also listed as a small batch. Now, what's a small batch? Well, that's a whole other video I could go down a rabbit hole on, but basically a small batch is a limited selected group of barrels that they use to make this small batch instead of just a ton of them. But every distillery has their own kind of version of what they consider is a small batch. So keep that in mind. But Sam's Club now has Members Mark Kentucky Straight Bourbon. And I'll be honest, I haven't tried it yet. I've actually had it for a few weeks now, and I'm gonna crack it open and we're gonna give this one a try. I'm gonna tell you what this $18 bottle of bourbon actually tastes like. And I think, yeah, I've actually got a bottle of 1792, and I'll grab that one down and I'll compare it. Now this one is, it's a 90 proofer, so it's not super hot, and that's going to be really approachable to just about everyone. So, like I said, this just might be your next everyday sipper. That one, I believe, is a 94. Well, close, 93.7. So, I'm almost out of it, but I'm going to go ahead and compare this one to this just a little bit later on. Now, looking at it, it's got just that nice, beautiful caramel golden color, and I think it looks like it's going to be fairly decent. Now, there's no age statement, so we have no idea how old it is. Let me see. Is there an age statement on here? No, it just says aged in charred American oak barrels. This one says distilled and aged in Bardstown, Kentucky. So maybe a little discrepancy on where it was distilled and bottled and aged. So, but they've got distilleries all around Kentucky. So one of the two. So if you're familiar with Barton or 1792, you're already going to be familiar with those tasting notes. So that mash bill is not going to be too far off, I'm sure. So I'm going to grab a glass and we're going to crack into this. Civivi Altus. Why aren't you focusing? Anyway, great knife. If you don't have one, you might want to check it out. So I love mine. Anyway, at least for an $18 bottle, you're getting, oof, a real cork. Let me see if I can get that to pop. There we go. Oh, really nice on the nose. I really do kind of like that. So, some really distinct notes in there. Stuff that I'm kind of familiar with already. I kind of like that. And the glass, it's a little bit lighter. It's got some really nice oil to it. It looks like it's really been aged pretty well. So the familiarity with Barton in 1792 is going to be right up there. So that's going to be nice. So on the nose, just your familiar vanillas, caramels, I'm almost getting kind of a maybe a little bit of citrus or a little bit of bread note maybe. Almost kind of a sourdough. Let's go in for a sip and see what we got. Interesting. Wow, what is that? There's something right in the middle, and I can't quite pick it up. Very grain forward, though, on the taste. A lot of sweetness. Maybe that's some char that I'm picking up, so maybe that's a little bit of it. Maybe a little heavy on the char. Maybe an apricot. That's what I'm getting. I think it's more of a kind of a candied apricot. There's almost a little bit of a grape note in there, almost a like an artificial grape, like a maybe that. No, it's apricot, definitely apricot. So that's interesting. I've never gotten an apricot taste that heavy before, but it definitely does have that kind of a bready sourdough kind of note that transforms into an apricot, a candied, caramelized apricot. I really do like that. That's kind of interesting. I bet that would actually make for a really good old fashioned too. So, but let's compare that to its brother, 1792. This one also is a small batch. Kentucky Straight Bourbon, according to this. Yeah, this one's done in Bardstown as well. So, but this one is a 93.7, I think I said, almost a 94. So it's going to be a little more proofy, but not too bad. So we'll give that a try, and I'll compare them. So. So, 1792 on the nose. Getting more of that bread note. Yeah, I'm getting all those same notes, but the apricot's not as forward. I do get more of the char on the 1792. The proof's not really coming through, but some of that might be because I've got very little left in the bottle, so some of that proof might have flitted away, so to speak. But I really do like that. And it's actually been a while since I've tried the 1792, so this is kind of an interesting test. Typical char, typical caramel vanilla. Maybe more of a shortbread than a sourdough on the 1792. But still, a lot of those flavors are still coming through. I get a little bit of that apricot now that I've had that. But I might be fooling my senses because I had this one first. So we'll try this one again and see. Yeah, I'm still getting that apricot. Maybe a little more medicinal now, but not too bad. Honestly, it's a really interesting $18 bottle. So if you're looking for something that's really inexpensive and decent pour, if you don't have a membership to Sam's Club, like I said earlier, I think you might know somebody who does. For that price, have them pick you up a bottle and give it a shot. I'm really going to enjoy this one. So I think this might be a keeper on my shelf, at least at that price. It's pretty enjoyable. I'm going to try it on ice next. So yeah, I really do like that. So, hey, thanks for showing up. If you like this, please subscribe, share, do all those things, and hope you stick around for more. I plan on doing quite a few more videos, maybe some shorts, some funny stuff, we'll see. But as always, thank you for watching, and long ashes and full glasses to each and every one of you. I really do appreciate you. So, we'll see you in the next one. Yeah, I do like that. The apricot really does kind of give it something different I've never had before. So, yeah, I like that. Yep, that's a keeper. So, see you in the next one.